Hi y'all. I just thought I'd let you know what I've been doing lately. I finally put my yarn away after crocheting on a big crochet spell for almost a year. I didn't do anything else but crochet for almost a year. Well, now I'm really wanting to embroidery. Well, I had to dig to find some of my embroidery stuff. And I found most of it, but there's still a box of it with some nice cloths in it that already got the embroidery stamped off on it, the designs, and some paper patterns with designs on them. And I cannot find that box. I have looked all through my stuff. I went through all the stuff in my storage room and took out a bunch of stuff to get rid of, and it was still full. So today, I took out another bunch of stuff, or was it yesterday, last night. I took out another bunch of stuff out of there. It's still full. So there's a way. I would like to start embroidering tomorrow. I did laundry in between sorting through my embroidery patterns today. And I found some. I've got a bunch of them. And some of them are real old. Some of them go as far back. Well, I got some from the 1950s, 1940s. And I think a couple of them from the 1930s maybe. Some of them, the paper that the embroidery patterns printed on is so old, you just have to handle it very, very carefully, or the paper will just rip and it gets rotted, old and rotted and brittle, that paper. It's soft and it tears so easy. Well, the patterns that are that old, you can't use them because they'll just go to pieces. But a person could look at the pictures and try to draw the pictures and then trace them pictures off on the cloth. Not that work, but working like that stuff. I've got some real cute patterns, cute vintage patterns. I just can't wait to start embroidering on them. I cannot wait. I got to get my cotton cloth out and cut pieces, the sizes that I want for the various patterns. You have to think about what size table or a piece of furniture you might want to put the cloth on and cut it to about that size. And you can cut squares or rectangles, or you can round the edges or make the edges pointed. You can do whatever you want to with the edges of it. I mean, you can be creative. I can't wait to get started on some embroidery. I haven't embroidered in a long time now. I just absolutely love it. I guess I love it as much as I do crochet. I'm hooked on crochet. But I'm ready to embroider. Boy, I've been having the weirdest dreams every night the last couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. The adventures. I always have very adventurous dreams. My dreams are always in color, and very detailed, very realistic. Sight, sound, everything. Very, very realistic. Oh, I've had the strangest and most adventurous dreams you've ever seen before. Weird and crazy, some of it. Weird and crazy. And you know what's interesting is in my dreams, I'm not old and feeble. In my dreams, I'm able to get around easy. And normally, I'm not fat in my dreams. I'm not heavy and fat. I'm just normal size. You know, not feeble and old. It's interesting. It's not quite as hot tonight as it has been almost every night this summer. I come in here in my bedroom and it's just like a dadgum pizza oven. It's so hot. Tonight's a little bit cooler, thank God. I'm not laying here sweating in the bed. Usually I'll take a shower and I have the fan in there blowing on me and get out of the shower and your towel off and get the nightgowns and everything ready and get in the bed. And I've got 2 box fans blowing on the bed and I still just sweat. It's so hot in here. But tonight's a little cooler. But the way it gets so dadgum hot in here, I strongly suspect that there's no insulation in the attic of this house. Now the attics, there's a tall roof lines on this house. There's a lot of space up there in the attics. But I don't think there's any insulation up there. And the roof tiles are dark colored, and I don't know why in the heck these manufacturers make roof tiles that are dark colored. It absorbs the heat like a sponge from the sun. It just absorbs, it just sucks the heat of the sun into the attic, and then from the attic it goes through the ceiling into the rooms of your house. It's ridiculous. There's no common sense to it at all. Now, if you live up north, it'd be all right. But here in the south, you live in the south, like here in Texas, shoot. If you're intelligent, you're going to want to have a very light colored roof to reflect the heat of the sun. It don't matter if you have a tile roof, metal roof, or whatever kind of roof. It needs to be a light color, and the lighter the better. Matter of fact, white would be an ideal color for a roof here in Texas. White. Not silver. I know a lot of people think, a tin roof, silver. Shit, them tin roofs, they absorb the heat like crazy. Oh my God, they're hot. And just because they're silver color, that does not reflect the sun. It does not. If you have a tin roof on your house and you're suffering in a hot house, get up there and paint the roof white. Get some Cool Seal, white Cool Seal, and put on your roof. And that'll help. If you can't get a hold of it, it's Cool Seal. If you just got some white paint, a bucket of white paint, get up there and roll it on your roof. Get it white. That's just common sense. I mean, just plain old common sense. It's not rocket science. You know what I mean, Vern? I talk to myself a lot throughout the day. You know why? Because I ain't got nobody else to talk to. And every now and then I'll make one of these videos where I talk to y'all. And I hope it ain't too boring for you. The, what do you call that on the phone? Shoot. The space on your phone, what do you call that? Storage. It's getting all filled up on my phone. It's almost filled up on this phone. And I have deleted tons of stuff and got some stuff put on a SD card. And for some reason, these phones just fill up. I don't know why they fill up like they do. They fill up. I mean, I don't know why you can't put everything on the SD card. At least not on the phone I have. This phone's Android. My husband's fixing to get me another phone. He's going to get me one that's more expensive. It's got a whole lot more gigabytes on it. That'll last me a while and it'll get filled up. You watch and see. It'll get filled up. Yep. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I can make more YouTube videos. Oh boy! Yeah. Well, I've seen on the YouTube videos lately, all these wildfires. See, almost half the United States is on fire. They said there's over 80 something wildfires going. At least over 80 wildfires going in the United States right now. 82, I think they said. That's a lot. It's crazy. And then it's just raining and rain. On the other half, the southern half of the United States, from about the middle of it on over to the east, there's tons and tons of rain. And flooding in some places. Tornadoes. It's crazy. It's flooding all over the world. It's either flooding or they've got wildfires. And there's just a few places in between that's weather's not too bad. Like out here in West Texas, weather's not bad. It's hot. But we haven't had no crazy weather, thank God. We've had a drought this year. I'm hoping we're going to get some more rain in the month of August. I've been watching some of the weather channels. And I'm hoping we'll get some more rain for the trees and for the wildlife and the birds and everything. But they need water. All them sweet critters out there, they need water. I pray for all the critters in the whole world. I do. Sweet animals. I love them. Somebody's got to love them. Might as well be me. I've been wanting a cat so bad. I can't hardly stand it. Oh, I miss having a cat. Oh, I miss having a cat. I look at cat videos every day and I'm like, oh God, I just want that. I hug them up and just pet them and talk to them and love on them. Oh, I love cats. Every day in the early evening, there's some stray cats that come around here. There's one that's a tuxedo cat, real pretty, cute kitty. And then there's an orange Tom. And there's a real pretty calico cat, Tomcat. I think he's a Tom, kind of big. And he's short haired, real pretty. Oh, he's so pretty. They let me pet him one time. I don't see him very often. Of course, I don't go outside and sit very much because usually it's so hot and the flies have been so bad lately. You sit outside, the dadgum flies just swarm on you. It just ruins your outdoor experience. But anyway, I put a little chunk of chicken breast out there in the bowl. And I said, Tuxedo Cat, he's scared. He won't come to me. He won't come nowhere near me. He slinks off and goes up underneath the camper and watches from up the camper. Well, I went in the house real quick and got that chunk of chicken meat, took it out there and put it in that bowl, that dog bowl we got out there on the front porch. And then I went back in the house and I was real quiet. I laid it moved and I heard that bowl move. On the front porch, I heard it move. I looked out through the kitchen window. We don't have a good view of the front porch, but I tried to look and see what I could. I didn't see the cat. So I assumed he took the meat and went on with it. But then, just a real short while later, I went outside to, what was I out there to do? Went out there to do something. I can't remember what. But the neighbor's new dog was out there. So he might have got that chunk of meat. The big dog, I don't think it's a border collie. He's black and white, and he's also got some brown around on his face. He's beautiful. And his long hair, and his hair is kind of curly. It's not tight curly like a poodle, but it's curly. I've never seen that on a dog like that before. Beautiful dog. So we got acquainted with each other, and he's a sweet dog. He wanted to play because he's real young. He's still a young pup. As big as he is, he's still a young pup. He's going to be a big dog. Beautiful. But he's just too big and powerful for I couldn't play with it. It would hurt. Oh, I can't handle big dogs, big powerful dogs. The hair looks black on this video. It's been a brown with a little bit of dull oranges highlights to it. That's what's left from last time I dyed my hair. It faded out. All of that black faded out. It's just brown. It's got a dull orange, real crummy looking highlights. Light shines on it. I don't like the color at all. But I'm going to let my hair grow out natural color and just leave it the heck alone. Put up the gray hair and just say, well, there it is. Be done with it. But you dye your hair, the hair dyes don't stay in your hair. They fade out real quick. And they leave them orange highlights. That just sucks. The heck with that. My husband has gone, there's 3 different places he said he was going. I can't remember. I can't keep up. He goes so many places I can't keep up with. He tells me. He'll tell me several times where he's going to go, and I'll forget. I know one place he's going to go is up to Fort Davis to to visit an old friend of his he hadn't seen in a while. A friend of both of us. We've known him for many years. Robert Tyree. Bless his heart, Robert's not doing too good these days. Bless his heart. He's older than I am. I think Paul said he's something like 72 or something like that. And it was mind-boggling because when I first met Robert Tyree here before it started. He was still young. I was 17 years old. He was young. I was a teenager. And he was young and had jet black hair. And he was real nice and easygoing. And he was just one of the nice people around town. He wasn't no boyfriend, wasn't no boyfriend, girlfriend thing. He was just a friend, just somebody that was destined to be a lifelong friend. I like it when that happens. When you meet somebody who it just happens naturally, it's all just friends. You don't have to force it, you don't have to make it happen, it just happens because it's meant to be. I like that. I sure do. I think about my friend Betty Chow, her son Sammy. They're still in San Francisco, Chinatown, and they've been talking about moving back here to West Texas. Oh, I wish they'd hurry up and move. It's hard for Betty because she's 72 years old now. She's got a lot of problems with her feet and her knees. She can barely get around at all. She looks tired all the time. I can understand that, but they still need to get in the car and move down here. They need to get out of California. California is horrible. It's insane there. It's just absolutely insane. Politically and spiritually, California is a goner. It's lost. It's a goner. It's a shame. Plus, it's all in wildfires every year. They have all in wildfires. They've got a drought problem, a water shortage problem. It's going to keep getting worse. And earthquakes and volcanoes. They're all going to be going off. Watch and see. We're in the end times, and earthquakes and volcanoes have been a rumbling, and they're going to go off. And they live real close to that. They live within walking distance of the coast. Betty and Sammy. The tsunami, if there was an earthquake that caused a tsunami, they didn't have time to get out of there. There has to be in the water. But God knows all about it. He can move him down here when he wants him to, and I hope and pray that he wants him to pretty soon. I think about that every single day. How wonderful it would be if Betty Shane came live with us. I think my husband would feel funny about that. There's two people that he would really know came move in with us, but they're so sweet. Oh, I'd love to have Betty here living with us. Oh, I would love it. I just love her. She cheers me up. Just being herself. I just love her too. People are wonderful. Let's see what else have I been doing. Not a whole lot. A house needs a good cleaning, but it's so hard for me to get much done. I move around real slow. I'm so stove up with this arthritis. I just hobble and waddle like a duck, stagger like Frankenstein. I just barely move around. It's weird, getting feeble. Everything's so hard to do. Everything's so heavy, hard to do. I don't have the strength I used to have. Getting feeble. It's weird getting old. It's weird and different. It's a trip. It's a trip. Oh man, I can't walk very far before my hips start locking up. And then I'll be just wiped out for the rest of the day. My back will get all stiffened up where I can barely move at all. Yeah, sometimes it's all I can do to get up out of the chair. It won't be too much longer. I'll have to go around and ask the walker. I keep trying to do what I can. I'm not just going to give up completely, of course. I'm still do what I can. But if I push myself, I know what my limits are. If I push myself, though, to try to do even just a fraction of what I used to do, it'll wipe me out. I'll suffer for it. I'll be hurting all night long. Shoot. And I'll be wiped out the next day. I'll be stiff all the next day. It don't do any good for a person to push themselves too much when they've got arthritis. I mean, you can't give up and stop moving. You have to keep moving, but you can't just push yourself. And there's a lot of these young people, they do not understand. They don't have a clue. And when I was young, I didn't understand it either. When I was young, I'd be watching some old person hobble around. They're walking real slow and shit. I thought they were doing it on purpose just to aggravate me. Yeah. Oh, they're doing that on purpose. They can do move fast. Shoot. No, they can't go any faster than that. They're already going as fast as they can. It ain't no fun being old and feeble. It's no fun at all. It's just everything I do is a struggle. Every little thing. Don't matter what it is. It's a struggle. Every day. I struggle just to roll over in the bed. Of course, being too fat's got a lot to do with that. But even so, it's so hard for me to get comfortable where I can go to sleep because my body's not comfortable. I'm always hurting somewhere, and my feet bother me a lot at night. My feet, my legs, and my knees that bother me. My hips. Can't get comfortable. So I end up tossing and turning, laying awake for wee hours till I finally go to sleep. And then I'll sleep till 12 or 1 o'clock the next day. And I hate that. But I can't help it. And I got some pills that the doctor prescribed me to help me get drowsy, and they do. But still, if you're hurting and you just can't get comfortable, sleeping pills or not, you still can't just go on and sleep. And I have to sleep on my sides. Just like right now. Oh, my wrist. I'm laying on my back right now. And for some reason, I don't know why, I lay on my back. Here comes the indigestion. And I have to eat and acid things while I'm laying on my back. I got paint stars. Paint stars that go all the way up my neck, all the way to the base of my skull. Paint stars, compacted disc in my lower back, and scoliosis. I've done megatons of heavy lifting over the years, and my spine is compacted. And I've been paint nerves. And I inherited the scoliosis from my mom. She had it. And the older she got, the more you couldn't tell she had it until her later years. In her later years, you could tell, really tell, especially when you looked at her from behind. Her back was turned. I mean, like a letter S. Poor old mom. She had osteoporosis for about 8. God, oh, mom. What she suffered in her later years is terrible. She had emphysema. Smoking all of that. Bless her heart. That's what she died from, was emphysema. I smoked for 20 years, and the Lord delivered me from it. He set me free from it. Thank God. Well, I could go on and on talking. I enjoy talking to y'all. But the storage is almost used up on this phone, so I'm going to have to go ahead and shut her down. But, if you have any comments, let me know. Tell me what you think. Or share some of your experiences with me. Tell me how you're doing. Okay, I'm going to sign off for now. And I'll talk to y'all later if the Lord's willing. Bye. Good night.